What's up, everybody? I'm going to be playing some rapid chess today. See what we can get into. Let's go ahead and play 1510. I prefer 1510. Anything longer. I mean, I prefer classical, I think, but as long as I'm going to be doing slow chess in a quick manner, 1510 is a quite nice rapid one. It allows you time to think, so you're learning stuff instead of just playing blitz all the time. Very helpful. Alright, here we go. Let's get it rolling. We're going to start off with the London. D4. If you know me, you know I love to play the London. I might not even play the London. Maybe I'll, well, now he's kind of forced my hand. He's going to play the French, it looks like. So, we'll play that. It makes it easy if he goes here. Now I've got a nice in. Looks like my opponent is 1902. I'm 1902. He's 1932. Should be a good game. Okay. You know, I'd consider even this with that move, but no, because he's just bringing it out. He's going to go first. So let's go ahead and do the knight move next. Then here, and we're looking good right now. I do want to get this bishop centrally located to stop him from bringing his bishop on e4, which I don't think he would since he's fianchettoing, but you never know. Okay, natural move. Got to be careful if he moves here, the push. But for now, let's grab more center space. I do love this right here, these two, this formation. Great pawn formation. And then I'm going to castle and throw an attack in. I've got good development here. Okay. Now I can block here or here. If I block here, I can double my pawns. Not a big deal, I don't think. I can block here and then bring my queen out, but I like the queen where it's at right now, actually. So let's do that. If I double my pawn, so be it. There's a chance I can make this up here. If he plays incorrectly. What was that? No, he didn't take anything. Okay, that's fair. So I take, he takes, I take, he takes, and then here or here, takes, and it's interesting. Not a fan of that, but if I castle, then takes, and that's not great. I could just bring the queen here. It's not bad. We'll bring the queen here first. Now I'm threatening to take this knight. Threatening to take the knight, and once I castle, I'll be golden. So he's got to do something about the knight. F5 would take care of it. Or retreating the knight. Either way is good for me. Either way is great for me. I've got a really nice balanced center here. I'm ahead in development by a minor piece. Actually, by a minor piece and a queen at the moment. Yep, F5. And that's significantly weakened his king side if he's going to castle there. So no worries for me. Now if I castle, once again, I'm threatening this knight. At least starting to become a pawn ahead. Because now I've let my knight free of that pin. All I had to do with castle. It's going real well right now. I cannot complain. Let's see. Where do I want my pieces to be? I was asking myself, where do I want my pieces to be? So this looks like a nice outpost for the knight. And if he does move here, then I don't know yet. This pawn will be weak at least. We can entice him to move in that and weaken this pawn. I can go here. Okay, so he takes. I take back with the pawn. Okay. My bishop's a little boxed in here. Can't say I'm thrilled with that. And this is a really nice bishop. A really nice bishop. I would love to trade bishops with him on that. Or even block it off somehow. So, yeah. So he castled. This is a little weak over here now. I like that. I can come here and try to make some threats. I really need to open this up. Getting my queen over there, something. Maybe a knight move here. Attacking this knight again. Wouldn't be bad. But I can't because of the queen. How do I go about this? Here ends in loss. I can play here. And then here, putting some pressure on him. Here is a good move because it opens up this diagonal anyway. So let's do that. Looks like I'm throwing up a pawn, throwing away a pawn, but I'm going to be able to move here, get the rook out, and attack this bishop. I think this pawn sacrifice is worth it. Definitely. Getting rid of this double pawn. And then, if I've got my bishop here or my queen here, I can go ahead and attack this pawn. Minus the rook being there, I guess. So, he takes. Now, what? Do I come here and attack the bishop? And then take the pawn? Or what? I don't hate that idea. Making moves. So we'll take the B file. We've taken the B file. He will most likely move his bishop. I mean, he could move his knight back, which would be great for me. He could move his bishop, most likely here or here. Here would be a nice centrally placed area for him. I could come here and attack, so I don't know how I should do that. Here wouldn't be bad. I can't really come here and attack yet. I'm not sure what it accomplishes for me at the moment. But this bishop here will be nicely placed. Okay. Alright, and I didn't think of that. So maybe I will take. No, he moved his queen off of right here that he needed for that. So that's actually a well-placed move now. I couldn't have done that before. That was a mistake on his part. Because now I've got a third attacker on that knight. Like we talked about, that queen was defending this area, and now it's not. So yes, I like this. Very pleased. Okay. That opens up a lot for me. I will take. Now the question is, what will he do next? I do like this dark square bishop. My light square bishop isn't so great. His is phenomenal. I'd even considering trading off the rook for the bishop if it made sense. Which I don't know that it does yet. Although I could threaten here to take the bishop. He'll just play with his rook. My bishop coming here to take this would work. Free pawn. Wouldn't mind. I'd have to think about the implications. Yeah, no, I think that would be fine. He goes here, I take here. He attacks here, and then, yeah, see, and then I'm kind of blocked out. I don't like that. It's not with the pawn. I could come back and down, but it'll all be for a pawn. Well, now it might make more sense, since he's trying to go here. Now I think it makes sense. This is weakened, which is phenomenal. So yeah, now it makes sense, because he can't bring that pawn there. That's great. The one problem I had with that, he fixed for me. Love when that happens. So it's good to talk through your problems to yourself. We saw the problem with the queen earlier. He moved the queen. We're good to go. Saw the problem with the pawn here. And he moved the pawn too far, and now we're good to go. Okay. Alright. So attacking the bishop. From here, I mean, he could jump here or something, I suppose. I don't want to trade. I've got a really good dark square bishop. So back here might be the best scenario, like we had talked before. Yeah, I think back here is good. I'm still holding on to this diagonal here. That hasn't changed. I need to get my rooks into play. This is a terrible move. I love that he blocked in his own bishop here. That was a very strong bishop, and he blocked it in. Trying to make a little attack in the center. Horrible idea. But great for me. If only I had double rooks here. I could make a pawn break here, and then throw more pressure on this. Yeah, and then bring a rook here. It's not bad. What's he thinking? To attack my rook that way? Okay. Let's do it. See if he takes the bait. If he doesn't take the bait, I didn't think about this. If he doesn't take the bait, I need to take, but then it opens up the e-file for him, which I do not like. If I can't go here, that takes over my file. Except I could come back down here and take this file. I don't know. I got a lot to think about. If I could get my dark squared bishop somewhere like here or here, it might not be bad. Okay. So if I do push forward, he might come here, he'll lose a pawn. He won't come here. What's the point? He's trying to protect this? I don't understand. I could go here and here if he goes back. I say we push. I'll bring my dark square bishop over here. That's why I prefer it anyway. This diagonal doesn't do a whole lot for me. It's just nice to have. Which also opened up my light square bishop again, for what that's worth, I guess. Okay. Alright, now I can actually push here and capture this. I think I just won the bishop. I take, he takes, I take, he takes, I take. Yeah, I just won the bishop. It's fantastic. That bishop was very strong earlier. He resigned. Great game. Alright. I love it. It's Good start to the day. All right, let's do one more. New opponent. There was a lot there that were very subtle. He made a blunder at the end. But aside from that, a lot of our wins there weren't blunders that he made. It was just us recognizing strengths in his offense or defense, and once he removed those strengths, they became weaknesses, and we were able to exploit them. So, naming those strengths on his side is very helpful for us, because we can then exploit them if he ever moves them. Yeah, this is a common way to fight the London, and it's a common way to fight the London. People use this all the time against me. It makes it interesting. I think it was actually Agamator that did this. I can't go here. Well, I could, but it could cause problems later. I think the pawn is the better move, but then I could have problems with this. I don't remember what I'm supposed to do here. I believe I take with the pawn, but it looks better to take with the knight, even though this fort could come later. I really don't like that. I'm gonna take with the pawn. Okay, so he's got 2 center pawns versus my 1. Should be okay. Let's bring this bishop to a nice, strong position. And he can't bring his here. It's good. It's worth noting. Put an attacker there, but more importantly, a defender here for if he moves. Not important yet, but it will be later if I'm not careful. So let's go ahead and castle. I didn't like this open line to my king. Yes, now he can do that. It's true. I don't want to sacrifice this bishop, but I believe I have to. I've played this too many times and come out the wrong end to try that. Here wouldn't be terrible. I'd open this up, open this up. I'm not thrilled with the way this is going so far. He's ahead in development of me. He's black. Had to do with the bishop exchange, I'm sure. Which had to do with me castling too soon, I believe, because otherwise my bishop could drop back, take, open file for the rook. But that was all because of this open king file. So it all started with this move here, which is an interesting anti-London defense. I need to study more the anti-London to better beat the anti-London. The anti-London. What do we got here? Knight will come to c3. I want my queen. Maybe on c2. It's always fun. Rook on e1, knight on e5. And then if knights exchange, pawn to e5 with a fork, so we can't do it. Very interesting. The fact that he's taking long here is good for me. So he does take. I have an isolated queen pawn, which isn't ideal. However, I do have an open c file. My bishop's still in a good spot. My pawn's protected. I feel good. Now this, I think, should be next. If not, just coming back here. And then the knight up. So this next. Yeah, I'll take the semi-open e-file. He might even come here with his rook. Maybe with this knight, move I can entice an exchange, get him an isolated c-pawn. Yeah, I figured that was coming. So he's got 1, 2, and 3 attackers. I've got a few defenders. Yeah, it's gross. Looks like he's gonna win that. What if here takes here, but then he takes, I take. And it gets a little interesting. It's not the worst idea. It's not the worst. Except for this whole hanging pawn thing here. But if my rook's in front, he's not going to want to trade the queen for the rook. At the moment, I don't have any defenders I can throw on this. So this is interesting, creative. Hopefully it'll work. Ah. Okay. Huh. That's interesting. It's very interesting. I'm not sure what that was meant for. I wouldn't even mind sitting here, but it doesn't work. That's not the worst. Now I can come here. Have a nice little outpost. I'm opening this up. But I'm not really because it'd be the queen taking it. Well, yeah. So I need this rook to be in front. I think that's been established. So I might as well just put it in front. I lose my e-file, but I gain defense on that. This bishop might come here. Yeah, so now I go here. Okay. We are in this ball game. I'm not thrilled with my position, but I don't hate it either. I need to get this rook out. Maybe get my queen over here or something. Maybe more like, I don't know. I don't know. The queen needs to be going though, so I can get the rook here instead. Knight here, and the queen retreats to. The queen has no retreat. This one's the queen. He just hung a queen. No, neither there. So knight here, queen here, and I'm feeling better about that now. Feeling better. So let's go ahead and get this queen removed from this situation. Maybe he won't even, maybe he'll try to exchange. I don't know. No, he won't. He's got one move and he's taking it. But it'll be nice to have his queen back here doing absolutely nothing. I didn't even see that. Right over my head. Okay. So this is a liability. However, if I can keep making threats on his queen, he might not have an option. He's gonna have to let this thing live. What kind of threat do I want to make is the question. I think that's the only one I have at the moment. So he has to go here, and then here, and then here, and then something like this. That's pretty good to me. It looks pretty good to me. He has gotten his queen into a pickle. One that I will exploit. He doesn't have any straight attacks at me right now. Biggest thing I go for him is this bishop. It's a beautiful bishop. He's got this long open file. But I have got him cornered here. Alright, there we go. He resigned. Good game. Alright, well, I jumped up a lot of points today. So I can't complain. Game. Let me see where I'm actually at now. 1931. Alright, I'll take it. Thanks for watching, guys. If you liked it, should be sure to like it and subscribe so you can see all my videos. I hope you've learned something today about, we have covered while playing that we want to name our opponent's weaknesses and strengths so that we can exploit them in the game. For instance, well, let's go back here. Mouse is bored. For instance, we're playing this game. I'm just going through the analysis thing here. And we noticed here that we would love to bring the knight here to put another attacker on this knight, but we noticed that the queen here is blocking it. So naming something like this to ourselves is great, because now we see they move the queen, this is open, and we might not have noticed that if we hadn't paid attention to black's pieces and what his strengths were. So we knew we could put the knight there now. Am I right? So it was great. So we also knew that this was a strong, great bishop, and we might want to trade off for it later. And then he goes and ruins it, and now it's not doing a whole lot. We don't want to open this up by something stupid like this, or this. So we need to, and we don't want to trade off anymore because it's not doing so great. Originally we were considering I was considering a rook trade on that, not anytime soon, but if I could get something for it. And now it doesn't look that appealing. So we ended up doing this number. Also, it's good to mention, I considered the bishop here attacking the rook and the pawn at the same time, but we saw that if we, if he, let's say, moved here, and then I had done that, there was this move here, d6, that didn't look good for our bishop at all, and would block off this whole diagonal. And we talked about that, we thought about that, and instead he ended up playing that, which opened that up for us, we saw. Now, if we hadn't thought about that, we might not have seen this move and its significance. So we saw how great this was an opportunity for, and went ahead and took it. So things like that, if you're looking at your opponent's pieces so you can see where their strengths are, and knowing what they are doing to block you in certain ways, then if they move that defender, you're good to go. So always be wary not only of what your plans are, but your opponent's plans and how your opponent is hindering your plans. Cool. Thanks, guys. Thank you for watching my video. I will see you next time.